Okay, are we gonna have cookies for breakfast?
Yes.
What do you say?
Thanks, Alfred.
This is gonna be awesome.
Daddy?
1, 2, 3.
It's freezing.
What's today? Tell me how old you are.
I'm 4.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lila and Everly.
All right, you ready to party?
Yes.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. This week I'm going to be working away at putting the ladder rack on the rear of the camper, and I'm hopefully going to put the brackets on the side where the DIY or homemade camper jacks are going to go, because the regular ones are just very expensive and, well, I don't want to buy them. So I built these brackets here. They're out of angle aluminum. It's the same stuff that I used on the corners of the camper. Had enough left over to make 4 brackets. So they're going to get riveted onto the rear of the camper like this. And then there's going to be a hole drilled through it, and there'll be the same mounts on the ladder, which are going to line up next to it. And then if you want to remove the ladder, you just remove those bolts from these brackets. And then we may potentially be able to build something else that can hook onto these same brackets and make it multi-use. So I got the first 2 brackets mounted on. The goal is that the rails of the ladder are going to set right along this rather than just being bolted flush to it. That way any pressure will kind of carry along the beam. And yeah, anyway, I just put 2 rivets in it for now. Hopefully we don't have to drill them out and move it, but I think they're in the right place. I'm going to hold the ladder up now and see how things line up. The ladder's partially up now. It's mainly held up by clamps. The 4 brackets are attached to the camper. I'll bring the camera around and give you a closer look at how things are looking. So now I got the other end of my recycled ladder. Basically what I'm going to do is take these ends out of it so I can put them on the other end of mine that's going to go on the camper to get rid of any sharp edges and give it a finished look. I'd say it's going to be about 4 feet tall, but anyway, it'll have a finished top and bottom end. Alright, so I got the end of the ladder cut off to the proper length. Now I'm going to go ahead, put on the 2 ends to make it official, and then we'll figure out how we're going to bolt it to the camper. Ladder's installed on the back of the camper. Right now I just have 4 stainless steel bolts going through it. Before anyone hops right on the comment section, I know they shouldn't be in contact with aluminum. And I've actually got a plan of how I'm going to separate it, but for right now, to keep the ladder off the garage floor, it's going to be like that for a little bit. But before we put it into use, I promise I'll fix it. So I think the only thing left to do is go ahead and try it and hope I don't fall off. Looks a little high from the bottom right now, but once it's on the tailgate, I think it's going to fit well. And left it a little bit higher just so our taillights remain visible. So anyway, on to the DIY camper jack brackets. Back here in the garage, home from VFab Garage. Huge thanks to Marty for helping me out with this welding. Yeah, what a relief to know how the jacks are going to attach to the camper. This time, everything was done with the TIG welder. Very impressive skill. I've never tried it, but just watching it, it's a form of art. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit closer. There's TIG welding, and then there's some custom work. So pretty excited that we can have our name, Seek Adventures, welded right into our aluminum camper. And also pretty proud to carry the name VFab Garage on here as well for all the help and, well, just great chats and a friendship that we had while putting this together. If you haven't got a chance to check out their channel, it's VFab Garage. I'll put a link to it in the description below. They're going to have some pretty cool stuff coming up this summer. Highly recommend checking them out. And again, huge thanks for all the help on this and job well done. Can't wait to put these on the camper and see how they work. We've got 2-inch square tubing in the middle. We have a piece of 2-inch angle iron on each end. That'll be how we can attach it to the camper. And then on the end, the part you'll see switches to 2-inch round aluminum pipe. So this is where the jacks are going to go over. I don't have them yet. But anyway, they're going to hook onto here, and this part will stick outside of the camper, so I'll bring you down, show you how it looks when we set it in place. That's how they'll stick out. It's about 3 3¼ inches out from the side of the camper right now. I'm not going to stall them while they're in the garage. Well, as you can see, it's pretty tight between this and the workbench that if my wife walks by and hits her knees on these, the camper's not going to be off to a pretty good start. So these will go on when we're ready to put it outside. As for that timeline, there's just a couple more pieces of styrofoam to put on inside. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with these. I think they're going to work pretty good. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I thought I'd end it with a little shot of how things look inside the camper. We're just getting more of the styrofoam put on. Kind of a slow process. Had a lot going on around the house, so hopefully next week I can be out here a little bit more, get the rest of the styrofoam put on, and then start getting the Meranti and the plywood in place. And then, well, hopefully we can pop a window into this thing because, well, it's pretty dark in here right now. And other than that, next video, or pretty soon, we're going to throw these jacks onto the camper. If I don't get that done in the next video, I'll label that one as part 2 for the jacks. So if anyone's following along just for that, you can see how we finish it off. It's going to take a little bit of time. 1, till the jacks go back on sale. And 2, till I get some time that we can modify them. Because most of them are only made for lifting a normal trailer onto the ball hitch of your truck. This way we've got to extend them quite a bit and make sure they're going to have the support to lift the camper out of the bed of the truck. Anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you next time.